So the Barrie Colts are in Kingston again tonight for Game 4 of their best-of-7 series. I won't be there tonight, but I do plan to be there if there will be a Game 6 on Sunday. But we'll have to wait and see on that front. But since I'm home today, that means I can do a news video from around the Ontario Hockey League. First off, we now know who the OHL Coach of the Year is for the 2024-25 season, and the Matt Layden Trophy goes to Jussi Ahokas of the Kitchener Rangers. Not a big surprise here as Hokus, these last two seasons, he has turned this Rangers team around. They've been going into a rebuild, or we thought they were going into a rebuild when they traded Carson Rakoff to the Brampton Steelheads, but this Rangers team stayed near the top of the Western Conference standings, chasing the London Knights for top spot in the Midwest Division. They even had 100 points on the season, one of the best seasons on record for the Kitchener Rangers, who have had some pretty amazing seasons over the last few decades. So congratulations going to Jussi Ahokas, the OHL Coach of the Year, as a worthy candidate. I know he signed that extension to stay in Kitchener for a few more years, and I don't think it'll be long until we see Ahokas behind a bench at the National Hockey League level. So it's definitely a treat for Ranger fans. And we'll see if Kitchener can turn things around. They got a big win on home ice yesterday against Windsor, and now they have to try and do a reverse sweep against the Spitfires in their second round matchup. I know in 2010 it was Windsor who did the reverse sweep against Kitchener, but we'll see if the Rangers can return the favor this time around. Now, we also have our first signing of one of the first round picks from the 2025 OHL Priority Selection, and it's the Sudbury Wolves signing Brayden Bennett. He played for the Toronto Titans last season. He's a pretty big player. He's 6 foot, 188 pounds, and apparently this is a player that Sudbury has had their eye on for most of the season, and they're excited to get a commitment. So he will join the Sudbury Wolves next season, and I'm sure over the next couple days we're going to see more commitments from players joining their OHL teams after being selected in the first round. There's also going to be some rookie development camps, so teams can get a look at the players that they selected in the priority selection. But it's a great signing here. The Sudbury Wolves, I think, are heading into a bit of a rebuild next season after going all in at the OHL trade deadline this year and falling short in the OHL playoffs, being swept by the Kingston Frontenacs. But a good sign here that Bennett committing to the Sudbury Wolves, and can't wait to see what he's capable of next season playing for the Nickel City. Now, the if you haven't heard yet, there's been rumors going around online about the CHL about to announce that they're going to allow 3 import players per team. And when I was in Kingston the other night, there was some talk about this in the media room. It was brought up that teams are preparing for the import draft with the idea that they will be allowed 3 imports on roster. Still not sure when the official announcement will be made because the import draft happens after the NHL draft, which is scheduled, of course, for June. So potentially once the Memorial Cup is handed out in Rimouski, then we'll probably find out the details of how the import draft is going to work. But this is going to be big because when you look at the USHL, they're allowed 4 imports per team. And I know that the NHL kind of getting involved in junior hockey with the CBA negotiations, and they told the CHL to hold off on any expansion, in particular the OHL, as they were looking to add 2 teams from the USHL, Muskegon and Youngstown. So is this a move to try and get a little more balance between leagues? We'll have to wait and see. But this is going to be an interesting move just to see how teams adapt. This could mean we could see more import players staying for an overage season, as typically you don't have an import player in the OA spot because that takes away 2 positions, an overager and an import player. But if you're allowed 3 imports, maybe teams are more willing to take that chance, filling 2 roles with that 1 player. But expect that announcement soon. It was rumored back in March. I did a video mentioning the fact that 3 imports could be on the way, and now it sounds like there's more rumblings that it is coming. We just need to wait for the official word from the CHL and the details on how it's all going to play out. And I also want to end with another NHL signing. Konnor Smith, the Brampton Steelheads, has signed his NHL Entry Level Contract with the Anaheim Ducks. He's going to join the San Diego Gulls of the American Hockey League. And for Konnor Smith, he is a big body on the blue line. Championship pedigree when he was a member of the Peterborough Petes, and of course spent time in Owen Sound, and then ended his OHL career with the Brampton Steelheads. The Ducks, they had to sign him before June 1st, or he would have become a unrestricted free agent. Then he could have signed anywhere in the National Hockey League. But I do like the signing for the Anaheim Ducks. Smith, He's a presence on the blue line. He makes, he's got that physical play, but he does have a pretty good shot from the point. So congratulations to Konnor Smith signing his entry level contract with the Anaheim Ducks. I know the season didn't end as Brampton Steelhead fans had wanted. They were expecting a deep playoff run this year, but ended up losing in six to the Oshawa Generals. But Konnor Smith, a great player on the ice, and he's now officially a member of the Anaheim Ducks organization. So I know this is a quick news video. I just wanted to put this out there before going into the Easter long weekend when making videos are going to be a little more challenging as we travel to visit family. So hopefully you're able to enjoy the Easter long weekend. I will be doing a recap after Saturday's game. Of course, game 5 is in Barrie between the Colts and the Frontenacs. So I'll have a recap on that. And if there's a game 6, I will be going back to Slush Puppy Place to take in that game between the Colts and the Frontenacs. This series isn't over yet. This has been a fun one so far. Two pretty evenly matched teams, and can't wait to see what happens here tonight. So again, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Talk to you again soon.